Signs that a threesome went horribly wrong. How do you know if the threesome you were in went horribly wrong, man or woman? Okay, because I will say that I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm not the type to judge people, but I'm not oblivious to the fact that people like to spice up their relationship, their long term relationship. It could even be a short term relationship. People like to express themselves, in multiple ways sexually. So, therefore, how do you know if a threesome went horribly wrong? Well, the telltale sign of a threesome going horribly wrong is a change in the behavior of your partner, your partner, okay, after the threesome. The change in their behavior. Okay, if after the threesome they exhibit behavior of being withdrawn, then something went terribly wrong. If after the threesome they don't want to get intimate with you, then you are in trouble. Because if they don't want to get intimate with you after a threesome, with whom are they planning to get intimate with? Is it the other woman or the other guy that you guys invited? So those are the telltale signs that your partner may have been drawn to this other guy than you. Okay, you introduced this guy into your marriage or your relationship or your situationship. Now they are more interesting than you. Maybe they may have delivered in the bedroom than you. Okay, maybe she may have delivered in the bedroom than her. And all of a sudden, your man wants her. He's asking after her. He wants to know about her private life to the T. He wants all the detail. He can't stop talking about her. He doesn't view you the same. Okay, he is not motivated to do the deed with you, to be intimate with you. Okay, so a threesome going wrong is likely. Then people think, well, people know their boundary. You don't know. Attraction is funny. Sometimes people can develop a deep connection with someone after being intimate with them. Intimacy is one powerful thing that no one should ignore. No one should underestimate the power of intimacy. So if you are brave enough or confident enough to bring someone into your marriage or into your relationship, you better make sure it doesn't backfire. Because believe me, it's going to linger in the back of their mind. They will be thinking of that person. You might say, well, it's just platonic. It's a one-time thing. Yeah, it could be, but someone can glance at you across the room and fall in love with you just by looking at you. So if that can happen, imagine being that intimate. You are talking about intimacy where people have been vulnerable with each other in the bedroom. So what do you expect? You don't think people can fall in love and forge a meaningful connection to a point where they might even leave their existing partner to go for this new encounter they had? Yeah, things like this happens, but because it is a taboo subject, a lot of people will not talk about it. Because it's taboo. Like, what? You threesome? And then what happened? Yeah, it happens. Because, hey, you look, no one is immune to that. When it comes to attraction, sometimes those phases, make you powerless. So if he develop a huge attraction towards that woman, you are doomed and you're screwed. Because, first of all, you should have been confident when you invited that woman into your relationship. But your confidence, make sure you keep it after she leaves, because you need to definitely find out if this man of yours is still interested in her. If he asks for you to invite her again, like very soon after the threesome, he is interested. He is interested in her sexually than you, because men, when there's a new woman, they are very intrigued because it's new. It's a new territory. Men get off with new territories than the old one. They know the map of that old territory. They are not driven by that. This one is new. All right, you are my type now because you're new. I don't know you. He's trying to explore this woman. So that woman at that moment is his type. He may have been with you for years. You want to spice up your marriage or your relationship. I'm not against it. I am here to tell you that the signs that a threesome could or went wrong. because it does happen to couple. Maybe you don't know about it. So if you're willing to embark on this risky journey, you need to go in there and accept full responsibilities. If it goes south, and own it. Say, well, it is kind of like my fault. I thought I trusted my partner, but unfortunately, she or he fell in love with the other person. Now, don't be surprised if people get married just from having a threesome with each other and they get married. Don't be surprised, because they may have connected to a level where they have never connected with someone sexually. Because when they come to the sexual act, the connection is the deeper aspect. It's not even the act. It's the connection that happens during those exchange. Okay? A bond can form during those exchange. It is bonding. I don't want to get into the mysticism of sex, but it is definitely bonding. Okay? You are becoming the one. You're coming together as, individual, and you bond into one. You exchange on the spiritual level. If I have to talk about spirituality, okay, let me just inflict my knowledge on, a little bit of knowledge in this topic. On the spiritual level, these two people may have bonded and you don't even know that. And the spiritual bond is stronger than what the physical eye can see, because it's mystic. It's on another realms. Okay, it's beyond you and your partner. They cannot control it. If they get bonded on that level, it's powerful than them. Even if they want to resist it, they may not be able to resist this, okay? They may not be able to resist this attraction, because it's spiritual than physical, and it's powerful than them. They will be attracted to each other no matter how far they go or how much they don't want to. They cannot control it. It's beyond their control, right? So if you want to spice up your marriage or implement this type of activities, you have to be very careful. Be very careful and be very confident. Yeah, be careful in terms of how the practice takes place. Like, make sure everybody in that scenario is tested, not the day before. Make sure you plan it ahead of time, maybe 3 months ahead of time, because someone can get tested and be negative for certain STDs, and then after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, they may have contracted something, and they may not have been aware of it. So you need to practice safe sex if you're involving an unknown into your core relationship. If I say an unknown, meaning someone who's maybe medical history you don't know, be careful, because believe me, a 5-minute pleasure is not worth your life. I'm very big on health, so therefore I don't think I will ever advise someone to be reckless, because the word out there is not safe. Okay, you are the only person who can protect yourself. Your partner may not protect you. Your partner may put you in danger, because you don't know what they're doing when they are not with you. Okay, so sometimes you just have to, to be lucky and make sure, whomever you are with have your best interest in mind in terms of health. Okay, if not, if they are reckless out there, they may be bringing some diseases to you. So if you want to practice and bring a threesome, put your health first, practice safe sex, get them tested 3 months ahead of time, 2 weeks before, whatever. Know them well, okay, research about them, and make sure you are confident, because it could go south, and the likelihood of it going south is high. Okay, your partner that you and your partner agreed on inviting a stranger into your intimate bedroom, so one of you should be responsible to take the blame if it goes south. If they end up leaving you because you introduce someone into the relationship, you should be man or woman enough to take the responsibility, because the worst thing that can happen to someone is to not acknowledge they're wrong. When you are wrong, once you acknowledge it, you have lifted most of the weight. Like, you say, well, it's kind of like my problem. When you accept accountability, meaning you have learned from that mistake, and the likelihood of that mistake repeating itself is low. But if you haven't, then you are bound to make the same mistake because you never realize what you did wrong. Your ego got in the way. Okay, so what am I saying? Threesomes could be great idea to spice up your marriage or your long-term relationship or your situationship, but go in it with caution.